Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com. Are travel points and miles going to be worthless or worth less after COVID? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. But first, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So it has been kind of a weird week because we have seen news of a couple of these COVID vaccines looking to be very successful in trials, and now they're talking about even rolling out some of them by December. But at the same time, the COVID cases are skyrocketing, and we're sort of having a new clampdown here in terms of telling people that they should not even be getting together for, with family for Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. So we sort of have this light at the end of the tunnel. At the same time, we're in the darkest point of the tunnel. And then what we've seen in the credit card industry over the last 9 months, and especially over the last 3 to 4 months, is these huge bonus offers for travel miles and hotel points and general points from American Express and Chase and others that almost don't make sense. Like, why are you giving out these huge bonuses at a time when the economy has not been very good? Well, part of that reason is they need more card holders, and it is a tougher sell to get someone to get a Marriott card or a United card or whatever during a time when they're not actually going to travel. So we've seen these huge bonuses out here, and people have been, taking advantage of these bonuses. But then the question becomes, once people can travel again, what are those points and miles going to be worth? Now, in the thumbnail to this video, I tried to put the words worth and less really close to each other, but just have a little space in between them because I don't think points and miles are going to become worthless, but I do think that there is a decent chance that they could become worth less, because once people can travel again, there's all sorts of pent-up demand out there. People are ready to fly and stay in hotels and do all that kind of stuff if they feel like it is safe. So as soon as the doors are sort of, swung open and people feel like they can travel again, there's going to be all kinds of demand for airline seats and hotel rooms. And my guess would be that means fewer award seats. Why make award seats available when there's so many people willing to pay full price? And then as far as the travel companies are concerned, the hotels and airlines and others, it is going to be awfully tempting to devalue those miles and points because they have paying customers and they have a ton of money to try to make up from all the losses that have happened over the last 9 months or so. So that could mean that knowing that people have stockpiled all of these travel points, it might suddenly become a situation where you have to have a lot more points to get those award seats that are available, and there may be more people trying to get their hands on those award seats at the same time. So your chances of getting them are going to go down. Now, if your points and miles have come from travel in the past and you have status with the airlines or with the hotels, well, this might not affect you very much because you are sort of a higher tier customer to them, and so they may work harder to make sure that you are still satisfied. However, if you are a credit card customer who has a lot of miles or points through your credit cards, their motivation to make you happy might be a little less. Now, I don't want to be all gloom and doom here because I've acquired some credit cards and some credit card points and miles and all that kind of stuff myself over the last 9 months. So I don't want what I just said to be true. I don't want my miles and points to be devalued. And so I'm looking for reasons that maybe I'm wrong. And I think there can be some reasons, or there may be some reasons. The first one is, I think that because the airlines in particular have such a reliance on their credit card partners buying their miles, and that partnership is so lucrative for them, that there does come a point where they don't want to make the passengers so unhappy that the credit card companies no longer feel like the miles and points that they're giving to those customers are worth anything. Many of the airlines are really break-even operations if you look at the numbers, and the place where they make their profits is from those credit card partnerships. So these are not, just some sort of small offshoot of the industry in terms of the airlines, they are making huge profits from the credit card companies, from you using those credit cards, and then also from the credit card companies buying the miles or the hotel points or whatever in advance in order to distribute them to the people that have the credit cards. So there is some incentive for the travel companies to keep you happy because they need to keep their credit card partners happy. And then maybe the biggest wild card in this whole thing is business travel. What is going to happen there? You know, video conferencing has been available for a long time, but many businesses did not make it a major part of how they conducted business. But over the last 9-10 months, many of them have had no choice. And so the number of people that are comfortable with, running a Zoom meeting and getting themselves into the Zoom meeting and making it all work has become much, much higher. And so there are many businesses that know that, you know what, we can conduct business like this. We don't need to travel all over the place to meet face to face. This is way cheaper. And, now there's a comfort level with it, with our employees and with other people's employees. And so we can do it this way instead. Now there's some Zoom fatigue out there and people do want to travel and see people again, but how much higher will business travel go back up in the post-COVID world? That is sort of the question that we don't know. And we also don't know how the airlines and hotels may react to the fact that there is less business travel. You know, if they expect business travel to bounce back and it only bounces back, I don't know, 65, 70%, well, then is the motivation then to make more seats available for the award travelers, or is it just to increase the price of all the seats, and so those award travel seats just go up in terms of the miles that you need or the hotel rooms, the number of points you need? A very big wild card there on the business travel end, and that's going to have a big impact on what happens going forward. So as you can see, I don't have any answers or even really a concrete theory, but that uncertainty makes me nervous about the points I have, and maybe it makes you nervous too. If you've been banking points over this time period and taking advantage of these credit card offers that are giving, a ton of miles or a ton of hotel points or the general points from, American Express and Chase, should you hedge a little bit? Should you take some of it in cash if you can? Or should you bank on the fact that you're going to be able to use all those miles and points and use them fast enough that they aren't going to be devalued in the future, because there's going to be a ton of competition from other people trying to use their points and miles? It's hard to know what to do going forward, whether you should hedge or, kind of put all your chips in that it is all going to work out and that travel post-COVID is going to look just like travel pre-COVID, which seems unlikely. I would love to hear what your strategy is. If you are somebody that has banked a good number of points, put it in the comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thanks for watching. Bye. So as you can see, I don't have